Janja Garnbret has made an ascent of Alex Megos' 9B plus bibliography at Céüse, and in doing so has become the second woman to ever climb that grade after Brooke Rabitu's ascent of Excalibur. To further contextualise just how exclusive the 9B plus club is, Janja is only the 13th person ever to climb that grade. Bibliography was first bolted in 2009 by Ethan Pringle. Alex Megos made the first ascent back in 2020, initially grading it 9C. However, after Stefano Ghisolfi made the second ascent, he discovered new beta for both the first and the second cruxes, and offered a downgrade to 9B+, a grade which has been confirmed by all subsequent ascensionists. This includes some of the great and good of hard modern day sport climbing, including the likes of Sean Bailey, Seb Buin and Jorge Diaz-Royo. Janja first tried the route after the Paris 2024 Olympics and was successful on her 5th trip to Céüse. In an email to UKC, Janja had this to say: "It feels incredible. It's honestly hard to describe. When the send happens, everything is smooth, everything is perfect. You basically don't feel you're climbing anymore. I think over the past 5 trips I've learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about Céüse and the route itself. I was maybe less nervous on previous trips. I felt the strongest and like I was ready for the process. These 2 weeks really tested me in a way nothing did before. It tested my patience." If Janja weren't cool enough, the way in which she approached this is even cooler. And that is that she didn't see any single attempt as the attempt, and instead approached every attempt with an open mind. On her successful red point, she'd originally planned to just go for a warm-up, but kept going. Janja went on to describe this within the email. "I just felt perfect and kept going. I was just in my own bubble, in my own world, just doing what I love most. Unlike other days, not a lot of people were at the crag, so no loud cheering. It was just one of the most serene moments of my rock climbing career." For those of you who haven't seen the video of her clipping the chains, check this out. She just looks so composed and not tired in the slightest. It's like she's just completed a 6A warm-up. To paraphrase something that Patxi Usabiaga once said, "Rock climbing is easy, whereas competition climbing is complex and hard." On the red point, there is no time limit. You can take your time and have an unlimited number of attempts. You've obviously had prior inspection of the route, and you've also been able to pre-practice the route. Janja has also acknowledged that she's learnt a lot about this process over the last 2 years, and applying that competition skill set on to real rock. When it comes to competition climbing, Janja has won pretty much everything. She's a 2 times Olympic gold medalist, and when it comes to World Cups, she's got more than, well, I can count. Now outdoors, she has understandably done less, but there have been these glimpses as to the potential that is out there. As and when she's had the time in between the comp season, she has done some truly incredible things. Boogle Eyes and Sit Down Start was a really good example of this. Now at Font 8C, that would be challenge enough. But after making the first female ascent, she wasn't happy with the camera angle of the footage that she got. So she did it again, 2 times in 1 day. And the other thing about that is that the footage just looks so casual. It was a similar story when she repeated Dreamtime, another Font 8C. The ascent just looks so straightforward for her. And then later in the day, she repeated both the Dagger and Le Preux, 2 8Bs. It just goes to show how high her baseline is. When it comes to sport climbing, we can't actually find any evidence of Janja having climbed harder than 9A previously. However, she did flash Puro Dreaming, which is graded somewhere between 8C+ and 9A. The fact that she's jumped up to 9B+ comes as no surprise though, as the potential and the ability are there alongside the mindset. When it comes to what next for Janja outdoors, there is the obvious question of when she is going to get to Flatinger. It'd be great to see her on something like Adam Ondra's Silence or Jakob Schubert's Big. On the flip side, Janja undoubtedly has a 9A boulder within her. It's just a matter of when.